Yay! Welcome to ArtFoamies Fun Friday. It's me, KP. I'm here in my studio, the Moon and the Maker, home of ArtFoamies, and we're here for ArtFoamies Fun. I know, I can't believe it's Friday already. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Diana, nice to see you. Sherry is here. Catherine, yes, happy Friday to you. I hope you're feeling better. Nancy Gray is here. Wendy, hello, hello. Donna is here. Bernadette, Pam, Ginger, Deb, Roberta, Carissa, Patty. Yay. All right. Well, my friends, we have wrapped up. Well, we thought we wrapped up our Frida pop-up shop. But the response was overwhelming, and I hope that you were able to join us yesterday for our Frida Fiesta. It was a Zoom. We had a lot of fun. Sarah Matthews was there. Elizabeth St. Hilaire showed up and spent some time partying with us. And of course, Keisha. So we had a great time. Lots of fun demos and giveaways. So we have, thank you so much. Thank you. So we have reopened the Frida pop-up for just a few more days for a second last chance. So it is open now, the Frida pop-up, now through Sunday. And then once it's done on Sunday, that's it. We wanted to give you another chance because we did have a lot of people. Thank you so much, Ellen. Yes, it was super fun. And guess what? We're going to do it again because I've had a lot of people asking and they were sorry they missed it. A few of our wonderful Moonies and customers could not make it because of work or this or that. So guess what? We're going to have an after party. Okay. We're going to have a redo of sorts on August 7th. So I will again put out more information about that. So be watching for it if it was something that you wanted to see. I don't know if we're going to do it as a Zoom though. We might do it as a YouTube so that it can be recorded for posterity because the Zooms are not recorded. So I don't really know yet. Please just, follow along if you're interested in coming to another a Frida Fiesta after party. Also, because of the timing, I thought that when I planned everything, that you would have enough time to get your Frida art foamies before the party, right? But that just was not the case. We closed the pop-up shop on June 30th, thinking that you would get them by June 6th, but it wasn't the case because we don't always, ship right away. It's 7 to 10 business days. So I just figured this will be another, fun way to revisit everything and give us all another chance and another excuse for a party. Anyway, so if you missed anything, you want to get some of the art foamies from the Frida pop-up. Again, it will be open through. Okay, good. That's good to know, Catherine. I will definitely take that into consideration. The only nice thing about the Zoom is that we can sort of interact a little bit more. But sometimes people want that recorded so that you can go back. So I'll figure that out and I will let you know. Tonight, I am going to just do a little bit of an overview of what we created during the Frida Fiesta party. I also want to thank all of the artists again for their contributions, and especially special thank yous to Elizabeth St. Hilaire, Sarah Matthews, and Keisha Devaney for coming to the party and for sharing their Frida inspiration and some fun, techniques and just a lot of interesting projects and conversations about Frida Kahlo. So anyway, I'm going to turn the camera around. I'm going to show you what we made, and we're going to do another little makey just because I'm feeling inspired. I know that many of you, have been following me and know that my daughter had her jaw surgery a few weeks ago. I can't believe it's been 3 weeks. She is still on the road to recovery. It's a long process. It takes about 6 weeks for her to even be able to drive again and things like that. So, I'm still sort of in the caretaking mode, of course, and, really good to be back in the studio. You may notice that it looks a little bit different. I did move back into my other studio building. It's a long story, but I'm very excited to be back in this space. I have plenty of room. It's well lit, although sometimes I'm not sure if the good lighting is good or not. But anyway, uh, it's nice to be getting more organized and have a lot more space to spread out and get makey. So again, welcome. If I miss saying hello to you, I apologize. You know, I'd never leave you out. If you're just jumping on here again, okay. Okay, I'm getting a lot of feedback that people would love to have the next Frida party on YouTube. So you know what? Maybe we will go ahead and do that, because that way everybody will get a chance, and that way, um, you know, it'll just be uh, a nice way to keep it recorded too. So I vote for that then. All right, I'll keep you posted on the date. It's going to be August 7th, I believe, but really need I need to make sure of that date, and then I will put out, you know, promos and stuff like that. Okay. So Natalie, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, thanks for being here again. I was so excited that you were a winner. I am still gathering all the stuff, and I'll send your winnings next week. Okay. And then again, if you won from another artist, I'm getting you all their information, and they will get those out to you. All right. So my friends, my desk is still a mess from yesterday, but that's because, you know, it's a creative mess, right? So I'm going to show you all of our makeys. And yes, Bernadette, thank you so much. She says it was so fun to meet some of the artists. The three each had such different personalities. It was great. Yes, it's such a nice way, I think, to get to know some of the ArtFoamies artists and just see a different perspective. So I just want to mention, I hope that you all had a chance to check out Wendy Aspinall, Bliss Angel Studio. She has done some amazing projects, beautiful art with a lot of the Fridas. So please check her out and follow Bliss Angel Studios. Thank you, Terry. Yes, I'm so excited. It looks so much better. I don't have things like falling down all over me. And the kitties can't get all over it too. Anyway, thanks again. I'm going to turn the camera around, and we're going to talk more about Frida. Oh, Natalie, that's great. I'll try to remember to do that. Sometimes it doesn't work out, but I appreciate you letting me know that. Judith is here. Thank you, Judith, so much again for your beautiful makeys. I hope everybody had a chance to see my earrings. She sent me a beautiful Frida-inspired package, including, so I can share this with you. This is from one of our beautiful Moonies and customers, ArtFoamies Fun people. She sent me this. Well, actually, so I want to tell you, it was just straight across right here. I think she left it this way so that I could make my own Rolodexy out of it, whatever size I wanted, which was brilliant. And I went ahead and punched it and put this into my Rolodex. You can see here it fits really nicely into the little pocket Rolodexes that we have now. I hope you all had a chance to see the Rolodex pockets and shapes. So she fits really nicely in there. And Judith also made me these earrings. Oh my gosh, aren't they beautiful? I love the way they feel too. I don't know, they're just beaded like a beautiful mandala. And they are very tactilely pleasing. And they go with all my Frida stuff. So thank you again. Bernadette says, please send a personal invitation to Frida. I'm dying to meet her. Me too. Wouldn't that be amazing? Cindy, welcome. Oh my gosh, it's so nice to see you. Kathy Berg is here. Patty says, don't forget to hit the like button. Yes, please like it and share it and make sure you're subscribed. We really appreciate you. All right, so anyway, this was my Frida pocket that I made, and then Patty Hodder, I'm so sorry, not Patty Hodder, Judith Lapato sent me this beautiful piece, and I love the way it fits inside there, although I will have to use the same size, I use different size punches, so I'll have to make a different pocket so they can fit together, but you know, this would still work as long as I didn't push it down to the bottom, and I think that looks great. This was, I did a watercolor. Somebody actually requested me to create with this Frida Fly stamp. This is Sandra Evertson's Frida Fly And Bernadette actually asked me yesterday if I would create with this in my style. So I did. I showed how I would watercolor this piece, and I absolutely love it. I'm really excited to cut this out and mount it or use it in some, some collage or some other piece of art. So, yay! Yes, it'll be in August, early August. Again, I'll make sure of the date, and I will be sharing so that anybody who missed it can come. I hate it when, anybody's left out. So I try to be accommodating. And then hopefully, too, maybe some of our other artists can come, or maybe, a few of them will revisit. Okay? I'll keep my fingers crossed. This is kind of spontaneous, so what else is new? I love being spontaneous. What can I say? All right, so this is another piece I did using Danita Art's Young Frida. And as you can see, it's just a portion of the Young Frida. I think that she is very long, or pretty long. This is the large size. I did use the smaller one, and so this was a repurposed piece. I actually purchased this at a yard sale many moons ago, and I took the piece of artwork that was inside of it. I think I still have it. Let me see if I can find it. Here it is. I think this is not my style at all. I think it's kind of, I don't know, it might be fun to do a little paint over. So maybe I'll keep it out of the trash and do a little paint over. But that's me. I like to take stuff out of the trash and figure out what I can do with it. Although, I'm trying to clean up, so maybe it's best left in the trash. However, that is an idea. But this is not my style. I went ahead, took it out of this old frame, and you can see it's pretty old. This was sold at J.C. Penney's. I don't know what year. I'm going to guess it was probably like in the 50s. It is a replica of an antique Florentine plaque. Pretty nice quality, though, for $4, right? But I did go ahead, I cut it open, I took out the art, and I made my own. And then I added this little charm to the bottom because I just think it's cute, and made my own piece for my little Frida collection. All right, Maxie Moon is here. Welcome. I'm so happy that you're here. Dee is here. Who else? Terry Moore. Oh my gosh. So yes, Terry. So the freebie this month is the little shrine. Is that the one that you're talking about, or are you talking about what was a freebie last month? I can't even remember right now. So July, all of July is the little niche shape. Okay, so okay, gosh, thank you so much. Anyway, we did create this. So many moons ago, I've been creating Frida art for a long time. I did these little pieces, little mixed media pieces. And so oftentimes I'm re-inspired by my own work, and I wanted to sort of do something similar in ArtFoamies style. So I went ahead and I took a little bit larger of a panel. This is a 4x4. I stamped Joni Hallmark's Frida from her Frida and Diego set. And then I just did a little quick mixed media piece, and it looks really cute if you just want to set it on an easel. All right, and so that's the pieces I believe that we mostly did yesterday. I had lots of other stuff to share. My friend Susan Earl-Sevigny sent me the most beautiful card and this napkin, which I think is absolutely lovely. So I wanted to share this also because I will be doing, I'm actually going to cut this up and I'm going to share it with a couple of the winners from yesterday's drawings. And then I will be using some of the pieces in some artwork because, I love to use napkins and do little paint overs and collaging and stuff like that. So I wanted to show you how interesting the underlayer. So the second ply is very faint, okay? But this will still work for an underpainting. So this would be super fun, right? Yes, Rinna is feeling, my Marin is feeling better every day. She's there with Maxie, so I'm sending extra love. And I miss you both and wish that you were here. Yeah. Okay, Terry. Yeah, the July is going to be all throughout the month. All right. Okay, so let's do a little makey. And if you have any questions or thoughts, you can stop me at any time. I think, you probably have seen these because I've shared them a couple times. These are the earrings that I created using the Frida and Diego set. Bev Gwynn Jones won these in last week's drawing, and I just haven't sent them yet because I am going to put one more coat of resin. So I'll send them out this week, and that'll be a few more pieces gone out of the studio. Yay! All right, so I want to just show you what I want to do tonight for Makey, just because I have to admit I'm really enjoying being back in the studio a little bit more, having, just getting my hands makey again, all right? Because it's been a while, sort of off and on, and I'm getting back into the groove. So I don't know how many of you remember these pieces that I created using Sunny Carvalho's face stamp, okay? And then this is this in her hair is one of my stamps. I can't remember the name of it. I think it's flower. I don't know. Anyway, I can't remember. But any sort of like textural fun stamp for the hair, would work. And I love doing this. I had such a fun process with this. And when I was cleaning, and going through all my pieces, I came across it. So that I love to sort of be re-inspired by past work that I've done. So I wanted to do it with a Frida piece. So this is both done on watercolor canvas, okay? And so right here I have my watercolor canvas. I'm just going to take a piece out, and we're going to do this using the large Frida and it's the Frida and Antler set from Megan Quinlan, okay? And I'm using her because she's large, and this is a 9x12 piece. So I am going to do it in a similar style, okay? So I'm going to, or not style, but I'm going to do the same thing using the same materials, okay? So I am going to pull out my graphite pencil, or my graphite stick, my Lyra graphite stick. And this, I'm pretty sure, let's see, a 9B is nice and dark. And you can see what they look like when they have the wrapper on there. This is what they look like. We do sell them at ArtFoamies.com. So if you don't have one of these, I highly recommend them because they're great for your art homies. All right, I'm also going to grab these watercolors. Okay, these are I have a couple different kinds. I have my Dr. P.H. Martin's Radiant Watercolor Concentrates. And I also have my Nicholson's Peerless Transparent Liquid Watercolors. Okay, I'm just going to pull out a few colors randomly, just kind of rainbowy colors. I got some Lip Smackin' Pink. I got some Lemon Yellow. I got some Norway Blue. I'm just grabbing, okay, Chartreuse Green. Let's see, I'm going to pull out this Brilliant Yellow because it's a little bit more orangey. What else? Maybe a pinky kind of color. Let's try a little, I have Lip Smackin' Pink. Let's try Fuchsia. I don't know. And maybe an orange. Let's see if I can find a decent orange. This orange looks pretty good. All right, that's almost an ultra blue. I don't know, I want a purpley color. All right, so that should do it. And the reason I'm using these as opposed to my regular, watercolor, my artist watercolors, these are a dye-based watercolor. Okay, they're not light fast. They're not what I would use. That's not what I would consider like professional watercolor. You would not want to do any of these watercolors and then hang them in the sunlight or anything like that, because they're not light fast. They will fade. However, they're really fun and super vibrant when, in the beginning. And then they're also great if you ever wanted to make prints or copies or anything like that. So, but I just love the colors, and they're just fun to work with. So for this technique, that's what I want to use, okay? I do have some fresh, clean water, or pretty fresh and clean. And I do also have a couple watercolor brushes here, all right? And my spray bottle with just water, okay? Sorry it's so grungy. Oh my gosh, I just realized I must have had a really painty, inky finger many times, or gluey, painty, inky finger when I'm spraying my water. So that's kind of funny. Anyway, all right, so I'm going to go ahead and start out by giving her a spritz with water, couple good spritzes, and then I'm going to take my Lyra graphite stick and I'm just going to color her all the way up, okay? And one thing I'm going to tell you, my pencil also, or my stick is a little bit, I don't know, it's really used up. So it has some like lumps and bumps on it. I don't like that because it makes little striations in the pattern on there. So I'm going to spritz it one more time, and I'm going to try to get a smoother stick here. I have a few different ones. All right, so anyway, just going to make sure that I have a nice coverage. Now, I will say, I don't think that I want her cheeks to have that black line, or at least not so dark, okay? So I'm going to take a baby wipe, and I'm going to wipe her cheeks a little bit clean here. And it still might have a little bit of color on there, but it's okay as long as it's just a little bit lighter. All right, I'm going to spritz one more time just to make sure that my graphite didn't dry up. And I'm going to stamp her there. Hello, Dare. How are you? All right, so hopefully I got a nice coverage. Now, I will say if I didn't, it's okay because she's really easy to line back up. But I got a pretty good coverage, and keeping in mind that I can always go back in, right, and I can color right on that. Remember, this is water soluble, so it's going to move, right, with water. So I can actually, it's going to be nice to just go in with a little water and smush this around. I'm going to get nicer sort of gradients and more of a washy watercolor look. It's going to fill in some of those little patterns that I made. I'm also going to go ahead and take this and complete her going all the way down here like so, okay? And I could color that in, or I could, do some other sort of patterning. I might go ahead and take another stamp or art foamy and do some other patterns down there. Or you can take your thirsty brush and sort of just pull some of it out. All right, so I'm just going to paint on here. Are they showing out of stock, Bernadette? If there's they are, so I'll have to fix that after. Okay, we do. I'm pretty sure we do have some. So if it says out of stock, I'll double check. Okay, I'm sorry about that. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to just begin to, well, you know what, I need to drop some of my paint out. Let me get a little, oh gosh, let me get a couple little dapping dishes. Okay, I have this little ceramic plate that'll work for my colors here. The nice thing too, that I love about this working on this canvas, if you wanted to know, I admit I have great aspirations and I always talk about it, but so far I've been pretty lame about doing it. I mean, I've done it a little bit, but not to the extent of some of our friends here. Well, the one that comes to mind the most is Wendy Aspinall. She does beautiful stitching. Patty Campbell sometimes stitches her stuff. Robin Size. But something like this would be so cool if you stitch things, you know, up in the hair. And then the same with this. And that's the great thing about working on the canvas, you know. And whether it doesn't have to be watercolor, but watercolor canvas or regular canvas, you know. Oh, no, they're not on Moon in the Maker. They are on ArtFoamies, I believe. But I will, like I said, double check that after, okay? So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and I really didn't want the cheeks to have that black line, but a little bit how it's sort of pale right there I think is okay. So I'm just going to start going in and painting. Now, again, sort of, I want to do it similar to how I created these pieces, right? So I'm not going to paint her skin tone. I'm going to leave her sort of pale, right? And I'm going in here to this lip smacking pink. Remember, you can pull a little bit of color out with the thirsty brush. So I'm just going to try to lighten that bottom just a little bit. And squish the top lip, some of the darker graphite into that top lip, and then extend that line just a little bit. Okay. Same with her, let's see. I think I want just maybe a little bit of like a brown kind of color. Here's a golden brown. And I'm, again, pulling some color out. I just want sort of hints of color, not, not to be super bold. So I am going to pull a little bit of black here from my regular palette. Just want a little bit of darker black. smeared out just a little bit. You can see it sort of started to bleed out just a little bit. Again, if that's an issue, just use your thirsty brush and pull it back a little. I'm just using, again, a little bit of the line to create a little bit of value. Okay, give her a little underline there. And pull some of that out again. And I do want to make her eyebrows even darker again, so I'm going to pull in a little bit of my black one more time. And I'm just going to connect her eyebrows a little bit, but a little bit lighter there. Okay, a little bit of a thirsty brush. Oops, I'm getting carried away, so let's pull some of that back out. And pulling a little of the color out. Can you see how you can kind of just create a little lighter value by using your thirsty brush and pulling some of that color right back out? Okay, do the same thing on her neck. Just draw that line down a little bit for some shading there. Okay, and then I'm going to go in, and again, I could deepen things if I want to darken it here. You know, I can use my black and sort of smush everything, make it a little darker. I could also pull in some other color if I wanted. Maybe use a little blue here. And it'll just be really subtle. But you can paint over your lira, your graphite stick, with color, and it just sort of gives it that nice little tinge, you know, like a little, almost like coloring in a black and white photograph, right? So that's kind of fun. All right, so now I'm actually going to try to find Joni's. Oh gosh. I wanted Joni's little flower from the Frida and Diego set, the little flower, but I think my cats really like that one for some reason. So I don't know how I don't know how great it's going to stamp. I don't know if you can see all the little bite marks. My kitty's got a hold of this one, but I'm going to try it anyway, okay? So let's go ahead, and I'm going to use the graphite again just so I can have the same sort of line quality. Again, might not stamp perfectly because of kittens, but that's okay. There we go. That's all right. And look, I got a little smushy stuff over here, but you know what? It's okay because I can wipe that off with a baby wipe. So, you know, it's very forgiving, right? Smushy that a little bit. I think that goes so, so cute. And then, you know, maybe you want to put a couple little lines down for indication of her arms there. I don't know. That's up to you, but right. So whatever, you can play around with that and see what feels good to you. All right. So I'm going to go ahead. I think I want to go in with a little red. I need to find some kind of red. Some scarlet red. I don't know. We'll try this. Whoops. Oh, poured out a little too fast. That's okay. Oh, there we go. Lost my brush for a minute. I know, Cindy. Right? It's okay. Again, loving the color over the graphite. It makes it sort of almost have sort of, I don't know, an antique-y kind of look, or again, that look of a painted, photograph. I mean, not that this is realism, but it just has that kind of quality. Let's go ahead and her lips look a little bright. I know that's lip smacking pink, but I want to make them a little more red. And then let's go for some green just for some of the vines there. And the thing I love about this image by Megan, so beautiful. She is just so talented, but you can use the antlers or not. And so for this one, I'm not. I like the versatility in that. More green. And maybe, oh, I don't know, maybe a little more red again. So I'm loving the way she's looking. So now what I want to do is address her hair area and the background. I also do feel like I want to put a little bit of yellow. Let's try a little of this brilliant yellow just in here as well. I don't know. That might be a little too yellow. I was thinking something kind of more, you know what? I have this one color called Tobacco Brown, which is kind of a weird greeny color. I might use that instead. It's kind of an olivey green, maybe. Yeah, I like that better. And it is mixing a little bit with the other green on there, and possibly even a little bit of the gray, the graphite. That's okay. I like it. So, and then I'm just sort of, if you can see, sort of putting a little stitching, I guess you could, a little extra texture. Dragging some of that red right into there. All right, so I like the way that looks pretty well. And now I want to go up. Well, I say that, but I see one other thing I want to do. I'm going to put a little bit of blue here, just not because she had blue eyes, but because I more want just a little bit of drop shadow there. Let's go ahead and fix her eyes like that, and maybe a little bit around here too. All right, so I'm going to go up into her hair right now. And, you know, she's really known for flowers in her hair. And then I don't know how many of you remember seeing the two or the three-piece set of with the heart and the, I don't remember even what we called it, but it's the heart and the extra flowers. I'm going to use this up in there. Okay, so I'm going to just start adding some, first I'm going to add some water here. And then I'm going to add some different paints. Oops, a little carried away right there. So let's go ahead and blot that out. And remember, if you make a mistake that you hate, you can always use your baby wipe and pull some of that out. I mean, that's going to stain a little bit, but that's okay. All right, I'm gonna go with it there. Add a little pink. And possibly a little yellow. And then I'm going to go ahead over here. Now you can see this still has a little color on it from whatever I did before. I'm going to, yes, no, that color, Nancy says, I'm surprised the transparent color shows up so well on top of the dark graphite. The thing is those transparent colors are so vivid, but they are transparent. So it's showing the graphite through it. But anyway, but yeah, isn't it beautiful? Yes, like a Christmas Frida. She does. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Anyway, I'm going to take these same colors and I'm just going to paint on here a little bit. You can see it already had a little bit of color there, so I'm just sort of emulating whatever color was already on there. Green. Yeah, she really does look like a Christmas Frida, and I did not mean for that to happen, but you know, sometimes things just pop out and you're like, wow, it's kind of cool. All right, so I'm just painting this up again a little bit. Similar colors. I'm hoping it's just not too juicy, but stretching that open just a little bit with my fingers. Yes, it's a 3-part heart part of the Frida collection. Yes. Ooh, love it. I think, I don't know why, but I'm feeling like I do still want a little blue in here too. So I'm just gonna pop some color in there. And then I'm also, well, I would probably want this to dry pretty well, but for the sake of the demo, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. And I'm just gonna, again, get my darker, my black. You could use a nice Payne's Gray or indigo or something like that. And again, I would like it to dry better because I don't want all that black bleeding in there, but it's okay. Like for now, it's fine. And I have to admit, I do think that this would be really beautiful um, uh, with just a super fun, bright background. Or, I don't know, I'm going to try black. I think I want to try black. And I don't know, I could do it a couple different ways. I could do like black acrylic and really darken, but I don't think I want to. So I'm going to try, let me get a bigger brush. Oops, no, it's already bleeding a little bit, which I don't want. So let me get my clean brush here and try to, I didn't want that green on her neck at all, so try to get that out. All right, then I'm just gonna have to be careful and try to leave a little space there for now, because it's still a little bit too wet. But I'm gonna use my big Zen brush, and I'm gonna dip into my black paint here. And again, if this was more dry, I could really get more right up to the edge of her, but I don't want like a lot of bleeding, so I'm just gonna. And remember too that the watercolor canvas will, as you can see, sort of start to warp and, you know, create a little bit of, what do you call it, when it does that, like kind of buckling. But it's okay. You know, you're going to probably stretch it after or mount it or utilize it in some other, or, you know, frame it. So it will flatten out. Also, when it's all said and done, I may turn it over and spray it. I'm going to now use this to get up a little bit closer. Also, it's kind of nice if I can get closer, because then it matches the line. I just didn't want it bleeding all into her neck like that. So just keep in mind, if I was doing this just for myself, I would be a little bit more patient, okay? Anyway, my friends, that I am going to continue. I'm going to, you know, finish this off. I'm going to complete my edges. I will go back in and sort of try to fix or remedy anything if, you know, like that's bleeding a little bit too much. So, you know, I'll go in with my brush again and sort of try to fix that all up. Maybe it's okay that she has these darker sort of shadows on the side. But anyway, um, you know, I'm going to probably continue letting this fill in a little bit, and then I'm going to pull some more color and sort of let it bleed together, you know. And so for those of you who are going to come to the after party, if you're one of my patrons, you should have received a Zoom link so that you could come to the after party, and we will finish her up over there so you can see her completed, hopefully. And that's our Makey for tonight. I hope that you enjoyed our Art Foamy Fun. I hope that it inspires you to break out your stamps, whether it's Frida or Sunny's face, or maybe it's a KP figure or face. You know, Donna, whoever, and you can experiment and play with the same sort of technique and have a lot of fun experimenting and exploring your watercolors with your ArtFoamies stamps. All right, so again, thank you all so much, as always, for joining me here, for getting makey with me and spending time with me. I love you to the moon and back, and you know the deal. Stay safe, stay sane, stay makey, and I'll see you real soon. All right, have a great weekend, and if you're coming to the after party, I can't wait to see you. Bye, everyone.